left to me alone. Why? For I do, say that word again. Say it again. The things that please him. That's how the Christian lives. Now, listen to Satan's constitution. I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High God. Satan's constitution is me. God's constitution is you. Let me put it this way. When you are a child of God, you give yourself for the existence of others. You're a candle. You burn that others might have light. When you're Satan's kingdom, you burn others that you may have light. You didn't get it. I was about to say I'm not coming back to LA, but that's not true. Let me say it again. Listen carefully. You must listen and think. Concentrate. In God's system, you are a candle that sacrifices yourself for someone else's benefit. Amen. In Satan's kingdom, you sacrifice someone else for your benefit. Amen. Let me say differently. In God's system, there is no such thing as self. And so Jesus says, if any man will come unto me, let him do what? How much of himself? When we reach that point, Satan has no chance. Amen. Satan wanted worship. Let's go over the commandments again. Of all the 10, there is only one that identifies God as creator, which is the fundamental reason why he is worshipped. Are you with me? Amen. Satan has attacked that commandment. He is, as we say, he is cool with the other 9. Are you with me? Yes. Do people still say cool? He is cool with the other 9. He is not cool with number 4. Because number 4 identifies the reason why we should worship God. Number 4 gives the basis for obedience. Why should I do what he says? Why should I not have other gods before him? Because he made you. And your life is in his hand. Why should I not steal? Because he said so. Who is he? He created you. He's the one who has the sun shining, makes the rain fall, and he provides air to breathe. He's the one that has your brain cells firing the synapses, they say, the neurochemicals that cause signals to pass from one to the next. He is the one who arranges and organizes and maintains that. That's why you do what he says. And so to remind us, before sin, there were no days. You listening to me? Yes. There were no days. Listen to Genesis chapter 1, verse 5. And the evening and the morning were the first day. When God made man, there was already sin in the universe. Satan had sinned. So God created mankind and he instituted a system called days. Because Satan forgot his position as a creature. When you forget your position as creature, you disrespect God as creator. Are you listening to me? Amen. So he forgot who he was and what place he should occupy. So God set up a system. He said, you will go through 7 days, then start again. 7 days, start again. Now, every 7th day, I want you to stop. Whatever you're doing, lay it aside, as good as it may be, and focus and concentrate and reflect and meditate on the fact that you are alive. You are provided for. Your eyes work and your hearing works because of me. Amen. He set up that arrangement for sinless people. Remember me as what? Creator. And so the commandment says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. The seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Did you hear me? Well, did you hear the Bible? The seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God, not the Jews. Not Seventh-day Adventists or Seventh-day Baptists. The seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it, thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. He did that, not me. Now he says in the fourth commandment, remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy. He didn't say make it holy. You know what he means by keep it holy? When God sanctifies something, there are two ways to sanctify. With respect to the Sabbath, to sanctify, let me demonstrate it at 8 o'clock, is to draw a line around something. And to say, don't cross that line. Are you with me? Don't cross that line. Have you ever noticed when there's an accident, what do the police do? Yes, they put police tape. You can't cross that line unless you want to be arrested. They have sanctified the scene of the accident. Are you following me? In a certain sense. Why? They have set it apart. And you are required to respect that yellow line that says police line, do not what? Cross. Now, the Sabbath is not a person. So the Sabbath doesn't live a holy life. Are you with me? The Sabbath is not a person, it's a day, it's time. But God drew a line around it. And he tells the world, don't cross this line. What you do on this side of the line, don't bring it on that side. Amen. On this side you work. When you come in, you come to worship. On that side you watch the Lakers. In this side, you don't do it. On that side you discuss the sale at Walmart. On this side of the line, you don't do that. So there's a line around it. Don't bring things from this side over the line. And God says, now remember the Sabbath day, keep that line. You didn't make the line, but respect it. That is a constant reminder of who I am. And my listening friends, the more clearly we understand who God is, the more clearly we understand our place. And so in the last book of the Bible, Revelation, there's a call to worship. Revelation 13 verse 4. And they worship the dragon which gave power to the beast, and they worship the beast, saying, who's like unto the beast? Who's able to make war with him? The beast refers to a power that will be present on the earth before Christ comes, which will function as an agent of Satan to deceive. Satan has two assistants in Revelation, the beast and the false prophet. So we have the dragon, the beast, the false prophet. Revelation 13 talks about the beast, verses 1 to 10, the false prophet, verses 1 to 11. To 18, the dragon comes in chapter 12, and subsequently after that. And so this beast of Revelation 13, 1 to 10, the Bible says the people will worship that beast and worship the dragon that gave power to the beast. Look at verse 8 of Revelation, verse 13, chapter 13. And all that dwell upon the earth shall do what? Worship him. Look at verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as what? Would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. We have worship in verse 4 of chapter 13, worship in verse 8, worship in verse 12, worship in verse 15. Worship, worship, worship. But worship whom? A beast. Chapter 14 of Revelation, verse 6 and 7, verses 6 and 7. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation, kindred, tongue, and people, saying in a loud voice, read with me, fear God and do what? Give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that did what? Heaven, the earth, the sea, and the fountains of waters. Now, the end time message calls the world to worship whom? The Creator. It goes all the way back to before sin. They worship the Creator, and it has never changed. Amen. Never changed. So we go from worshiping a beast in chapter 13 to worshiping the Creator in 14. There's a choice.